Dr. Paul Tinari, and he is going to discuss with us what is the most corrosive emotion when it comes to stress and conflict.
Yes, one of the most fearsome and destructive emotions that can be manifested in the workplace is fear.
Fear.
And yet when I go as a consultant within many workplaces, I see fear prevalent everywhere, right? And sometimes for the most ridiculous reasons.
So I know, Paul, we talked in another one about the 7 bad emotions, and fear was the number one. And
Yes.
so why is fear the most corrosive of all when we're in these kind of environments?
Because as I've said in previous modules, the mind cannot hold within itself a positive and negative emotion at the same time. And fear is the most powerful negative emotion.
Okay.
It'll drown out any possibility of manifesting a positive emotion.
Okay.
Right? And so as a result, it eats away your soul, it undermines your productivity, destroys creativity in the workplace, right? Undermines workplace cohesiveness, teamwork, everything else. So that's why whenever I'm brought in as a consultant in the workplace, first thing I look at is there fear here.
Okay. Now, as one example, I often hear that one of the biggest fears is fear of the unknown. When people don't have a sense of control or consistency, they don't know where they stand. So would you say that's pretty safe to say is one of the big issues out there in the corporate world that you're negotiating with, or are these sort of fears?
Yeah, well, the first step that I take is I get people to realize that many of their fears are irrational. Like in my own life, I've learned not to worry about or fear the things I have no control over. Like I cannot control if there's going to be a major readjustment in the real estate market, so therefore I don't worry about it. Right? I don't worry about another tsunami hitting Vancouver. Right? I have no control over that. Okay? So if you eliminate fear of the things you have no control over, immediately you've eliminated a large number of your fears.
Okay.
So then you start worrying about the things you really do have control about, right? And then you, by learning to establish positive control over your own life, you gradually whittle away at fear until finally there becomes only positive energy.
Okay. So again, it's interesting, ladies and gentlemen, because in any work environment or in our professional and personal lives, of all the emotions that we feel, fear is the most corrosive of all. That'll just limit us in any way to be able to see a positive side, can't think straight. So I guess it's great for us to be aware of the most corrosive.
Right.
And again, you can't control what you can't control.
And I see so many fears, that, for example, fear of losing your job,
Go on.
fear of your spouse leaving you.
You gotta turn that off as we continue, though. How rude.
Yeah. Fear of your spouse leaving you, fear of your boss not being happy with your work. Could go on. There's an infinite number of them, right? And so what I tell people is that always do 100% in every task that you undertake. Don't do half-baked measures. Always give 100%. So therefore, by definition, the result of your work is the best that you can create. Therefore, there can be no fear, because if your boss doesn't like it, well, you can't do any better than your best, right? So then that eliminates a big chunk of your fear of them not being happy with your work, because you've already given your best, right?
True, and then sometimes we can't always control who our boss is going to be either.
Yes.
Yeah, that's another topic.
That's another topic.
Thank you, Dr. Paul Tinari. Thank you all for watching.